Hello and welcome. I'm Gohar Raza and you are watching Eureka, a program that brings you face to face with a scientist, an outstanding scientist who has contributed to expand the horizon of science. Coal, in a sense, is responsible for industrial revolution. When the humanity discovered that coal can be used as a major source of power, the world changed. And it kept on changing. Even now, the major source of power remains coal. There's a lot of debate that goes on across the world about how we are using coal, how much we should be using coal, what kind of impact it has on the environment and global warming. Within this whole gamut of opinions across the world, scientists are working and trying to crack the problems. Today we have a special guest with us, Dr. Sinha. You have been director of one of the most prestigious institute, one of the oldest institute of CSIR, Council of Scientific and Industrial Research, and one of the most active institutes of CSIR. It was started in 60s, but the work on coal has been going on since the technology started coming to India with British finding interest of a very different order in the country. How did it shape the country during the past century, in your opinion?
You see, first of all, let me say a few words about the background of this institute, Central Institute of Mining and Fuel Research. In fact, earlier there were two institutes in Dhanbad. You may be remembering that. One is Central Fuel Research Institute, another is Central Mining
Research Institute.
So the CFRI was it was formed in 1946 and CMRI in 1956.
Right, before independence.
One is before independence, one is
and the other one. The Fuel Research Institute came later.
So, then it was decided to consolidate the core competences of these two laboratories to provide a better, scientific inputs to the industry people and those who are utilizing coal. So as far as coal is concerned, it is the, cheapest fuel available in the country till date. And as such, the inventory, the reserve of coal is also.
I understand water is the cheapest source of energy.
Yeah, cheapest source of energy. If you see water, how do you use it? If you say you want to take out hydrogen out of it and then you go to the energy.
No, but I was talking about hydel power stations.
Hydel power projects have their own, have their own problems. And it is not easy to utilize water everywhere. And they are very capital intensive. Initial investment is very high. But as far as coal is concerned, India is bestowed with a very good coal deposit, with more than 250 billion tons of coal already in the reserve, and at various depths, even at shallow depth when you can do the open cast mining. As such, open cast mining gives you cheaper coal, and thus it will produce cheaper energy, cheaper power. And if you see the country's demographic background or socio-economy, and that we have to see that how do we provide the affordable electricity or energy to the people. Of course, we will make it as clean as possible, but that way I think presently coal is the best choice, though we are trying the total basket of energy.
You are from Dhanbad. You have always been sitting on the coal mines. You've always probably played with the coal.
Yes.
Even as a child, and even today as a scientist you are playing with coal. How the journey has been?
That way I am from a miner's family, I will say you.
Exactly.
My father was a mining engineer.
This is second generation.
In a colliery, yeah. I was brought up in a.
So you have seen the changes, as you have changed yourself during this period. How do you look at the changes that you have seen?
The Dhanbad mines were small, mines, because they are with the private owners, they were a bit isolated. After nationalization, the production has drastically increased. We are now seeing big machines coming.
What about
in
technology?
Technologies have definitely improved. Yeah.
And what has been the contribution of Indian scientists to develop this technology?
See, if you take about every aspect of it, if you go to underground mining today, there are various aspects. You have to study the rock, you have to, which we call the rock mechanics. You have to see the ventilation of the underground mines. You have to take care of the fire in the coal. Coal seam as such is very prone to fire, catching fire, and what not equipment you have to take care, and every aspect of it. And the science has made a great contribution. At least this institute has a long history of working with the industry.
When as a child you were studying here, you must have gone to coal pits with your father, and that was also education laboratory for you.
You have to be adult before that to go to the mine. Otherwise the
you can't go.
Permit
as a child you can't go. But anyway, you have played with coal right from the beginning, and that was probably as important education for you as you were getting from the school. Do you remember school, and when did you decide? Who was your role model?
You see, as far as the schooling is concerned, I started in Dhanbad, but my parents were always of the opinion to go to a bigger school and where other values are also taught. So they thought that I go to some the bigger school. I went to Asansol, Ramakrishna Mission, and studied there.
What about the primary education? You
Primary
got it here.
Do
you remember your school?
It's, it's very difficult to recall everything.
But
it's a long back.
Do you remember some good teachers?
Yeah, there were good teachers. There were definitely good teachers who taught us the values of life.
Is it your father, because of whom you went ahead with doing research ultimately in coal, or was it some role model in the school?
No, the research part came after I studied in Indian School of Mines, and then it came in.
That must have been a turning point in life.
Of course, my father was a role. My father definitely motivated me. I saw him
science,
studying a lot,
to take science and technology as your career.
And even after he was, well established, he used to study a lot. And that's from that, you get definitely some motivation. And of course, my elder brother was very bright.
You were the youngest one and the most tempered one.
Yeah, in the initial stage. After that, things changed a lot.
And very pampered by everybody.
Not pampered, the pampering was not there in our family.
So, that way. Who was your role model other than your father?
My elder brother. Elder brother was very bright. He was very,
and he supported
disciplined, polite.
And he supported you
throughout. You always feel like imitating such persons. Yeah.
And you followed in his footsteps.
I tried. I don't think I could reach to his level.
Your admission in a school of mining must have been a big major thing for you.
Yeah, of course it changed my career a lot.
That was the clinching thing.
Definitely.
You
once
crossed
you
that
are in
hurdle,
School of Mines, once you're in...
It was a very prestigious thing.
That time, mining was very important. So even now, but that time School of Mines had a more,
You didn't think of going anywhere else?
Once I got here, why should I go anywhere?
But did you aspire to go to other institutions like IIT or going abroad? You never thought of that?
Going abroad, it didn't happen that way, for some reason or other.
It wasn't that you wanted to be in India and you just wanted to...
No, I wanted to be in India.
You were very clear.
I have gone abroad number of times, but after I end up, some days, you feel like coming back to the country. I love this country, really. I love staying in India, I say.
Dr. Sinha loves the country. I have to take a break at the moment. Don't go anywhere. The discussion will continue. Welcome back. We have Dr. Sinha with us. And we were discussing that how you decided your career. once you cross that hurdle of getting admission in one of the most prestigious, probably it was a dream for you, which came true. And then that clinched the issue. You wanted to work in coal and coal and coal. Did you ever think that you will be working with Council of Scientific and Industrial Research and be the director of this institute?
See, as I told you, I was brought up in this place. So
It was natural for you to apply and
that time, which was called CMRI, was not a new place to me any time.
you knew that
In
these
fact,
two institutions are,
I saw this laboratory long back, during construction even.
and you wanted to be here?
And not during construction, initial stage. We used to have an open day in this institute, earlier.
Mhm.
And that time we were young, used to come and see the things.
What research problem during your PhD and later on excited you to work in the area of coal?
See, I mainly worked on underground coal mines, stability of the roof and all this side. And in generally we say this strata control problems, and I was very much interested about that.
What was the exact research problem that you wanted to crack?
I did work on the support design of the underground coal mines, and that was really interesting for me.
But this support design was a lot of work was being done across the world on support design, because that is very closely related to safety of mines, and lots of disaster across the world.
Exactly, that used to cause maximum accidents that time, and so it was for me it was a very challenging subject to do some work on that. And how to introduce better support designs in the mines, all this.
And what is the exact problem that you saw that can improve the safety?
There are many aspects, when you see an underground opening, there can be some various geomining factors. It can be geological factors. It can be the stress accumulation in the underground tunnels you construct. It can be percolation of water, and the various aspects. Sometimes
there have been many accidents.
Rocks are very prone to erosion, weathering, and that also you have to study.
And
its
the
strength, how strong is the rock. Leakage of the gas, of course, that time was, the openings used to be smaller. Now it is a very important subject, leakage of the gas, especially methane.
Have you shifted from structural problems to even gas safety?
Gas safety we are doing. We have a very good wing here which is working on the gas, gassiness of the mine. And now methane is also a source of energy. So, what we call is coal bed methane is a very important subject.
One of the criticism has been that we have not done very well as far as coal gasification is concerned. We have not been able to develop very efficient technologies in the country. What is your opinion about it?
See, we have not developed, means there is a lot of R&D already been done on this, and there is a wide variation in the property of coal also, and we have some.
We don't have very good quality coal in the country.
Not very good quality because ash content is bit high, and sometimes gasification causes problem in this.
Other countries have better in any case, and we import a lot of very good quality.
Yeah, we import some coal definitely, and but this whatever deposit we have a good reserve of it.
Large quantity, but not very good quality.
Very high quality coal.
High quality, and therefore the problem in gasification. Gasification, why is it important? Would you tell?
There are people who are doing gasification, who are producing gasification.
Why is it important to go into gasification technology?
See, gasification technology is a better route. Always a gas, if you see, is a better fuel than a solid fuel. Like say natural gas. Natural gas is a more efficient way of burning the fuel.
And we don't have enough reservoir of natural gas in the country.
Yeah, you are correct.
So it is better to convert the coal.
And very important things are being done, even we are gasifying coal, we are taking methane out of coal. And now even people are thinking of gasifying coal in underground, it means in situ. Underground coal gasification, we have some reserve where we are trying to do this.
So I didn't understand what you are saying, that underground gasification would
Actually, what
mean
happens is,
that before extracting the coal you gasify it?
no, if you see, you need not extract when you do underground coal gasification. You try to take the energy out of it, leaving the impurities as it is there.
What would be the technology? How do you do it?
You have to put some some oxygen, and you have to burn a part of coal. It's a very how to explain to you, just and you will gasify.
It's a difficult process.
It's a difficult process. Definitely, it's a difficult process.
You pump in oxygen, oxidize it.
Yeah, you take out the gas. You take out the you pump in. Means you try to get out hydrogen also.
From there you mix it.
You take it out. You take out
you
the gas.
Take out the gas, and that gas could be used as fuel, even for cars.
You have to put oxygen. You have to put steam. Everything means as and when required. Mainly steam.
Which is a very difficult process, which is not an easy thing, and we have not been able to master it.
In the sense that it has to be, the reactor will be in the underground. The natural cavity will be the reactor. When you do it in service, you have a reactor of your own design. That is.
When will we be able to master the technology?
See, every effort is on. Right now, it is saying that we will master the technology, but the other countries are also trying.
And we are learning from others.
And we are learning. We are doing our own R&D also for this. And I think one should do R&D on this subject in India at least, because we have such a.
You have had personally as a scientist, and the institute has very strong linkages with other
industry
agencies, industries, ministries. Why is it required? Why do we have to have this coordination?
After all, you develop a technology. When you develop a technology as an as an engineering research institute, our first aim should be how to transfer the technology to the industry, how the industry is benefited through our technology, or industry or society.
This is the area where applied science is the most active science, active part of science.
If you do mining research, it should be applied in the mines.
And once applied science is developed, then we would like it to be used by the industry for development of the country.
As much as we can help the industry. Like you see now, very many computer models we are using to do the parametric studies which were earlier difficult. We are doing many studies on clean coal technologies. All these are the requirement of the nation as a whole, I would say.
Dr. Sinha, your work on high wall technology has been recognized in the country, outside the country, everywhere. Would you like to explain what exactly was this high wall technology that you developed?
It is not a development, it is, I won't say that way that high wall is developed in this country. High wall was being practiced within a different way, and we developed our approaches to introduce high wall in this country. High wall technology is used when, when an open cast reaches the boundary. Open cast reaches the boundary in the sense it can have some, difficulties going beyond a boundary, though the coal reserve is continuing. So the high wall, what does it do? It is like the machine comes, it cuts the coal, goes inside and takes it out, and leaving some pillar in between and fender, and then that way it is designed. And you won't get, percentage of extraction may be less, but otherwise the coal would have gone waste.
So it is not a simple thing to extract the coal, that you go and just start extracting
you can't do it now.
right from very high applied sciences, if you go inside, the structural problems, the safety problems, the regulations problem, all those come up. And even in open pits, you have this kind of problem where a lot of coal may go waste if you don't use high science.
This type of technologies, if they are introduced, you can revive the surrounding industry I have seen in other countries, because they again started high wall, again coal started coming out, and thermal power plants survived around.
So those countries and those mines who thought that there is no coal left and no more extraction can be done, science came to help them, and then
No, those mines, you say, they knew there is coal seam, but they didn't know the technology how to get it. There are many, you have to see the safety measures. Wherever you get coal, you cannot take it out. You have to see, because sometimes it may cause subsidence, sometimes it may cause some other, unwanted events. So you have
there's
to
been a
take
lot
safety
of
measures.
criticism. I'll come back to the major debate that's going on in all over the world, that coal is contributing a lot to greenhouse effect. We are destroying the future of the future generation, and therefore immediately the use of coal should stop. Some people argue that immediately stop hydel power stations because of seismic problems. Some people say that nuclear technology should be. What is your opinion about it? Of course, you will vote for coal.
No, my
But
voting for
what is
coal,
your-
my voting for coal, I told you earlier. You see, as far as we are concerned, India is concerned, we have a very large deposit of coal, first of all. And the coal, as far as,
But would you recommend it even if it's going to destroy the globe?
see now there can be approaches to, develop, clean coal technologies to see that we can make, we can use the coal with minimum yield to the minimum, footprint to the environment, or minimum load to the environment.
But it will still remain quite a bit.
It remains. That is why India is searching for every source of energy, every type of fuel. We are developing. We have such an ambitious plan.
So will you vote for alternative energy or will you vote for
I
coal?
will not vote right now for any single source of energy, because we are not ready for all those. We have to have a lot of energy. Energy, it is the precursor for any development.
So what you are saying is, if I
Right
understand
now
correctly,
we cannot, give
Afford
up
to
coal.
stop.
It's about to stop coal, use of coal. We are not in a position at all.
so are you saying that institutes like Central Mining and Fuel Research Institute are extremely important, because you can't give up coal, and because you have to have very good efficient technologies which reduce the footprint, carbon footprint, and therefore you need science and technology in this area.
Definitely, you see that now the industries need a very strong, R&D backup, support. An institute like this, ours, is very important to help the industries to undertake some proactive research for the future, so that the industry gets some help from us.
What has been the moment of Eureka in life as a scientist? When did you say, yes, I have done and contributed a lot?
No, I will never say I have done. I will still say I am trying. If I am not so complacent any time in any part of my life.
But you must have got excited at
I still strive to do something better.
and that urge,
And I hope that I will continue to have that with me.
continues to be with
till I
you.
can work for the, yeah.
Do you think scientists ever retire?
Scientists, yes, from the, physically, it's a process, one retires, but mentally, they always think about science. You are right. Scientists cannot retire just like that.
A
Mentally.
scientist's mind keeps on working
Yeah.
and cracking the problems and new problems.
It always thinks something.
Would you like to sign off by giving a message to younger generation?
I will only say that these days, I often hear that science is very difficult or tough getting in studying, and I would just say the younger generation, please, science is not like that. Science is a wonderful friend in your life, and
Are you quoting Nehru, who said that future is for those who will make friends with science?
I know, as a wonderful friend, I cannot quote such great persons like them of my own, but I feel that once you go with the science a few steps, you enjoy the rest of your life.
You enjoy science rest of your life when you do science, and when you do good science, you enjoy more. That is the message we take back home today. May I, on your behalf, promise our viewers that you will be happy to answer any questions or clarify any doubts in the area of coal technology if they write to us?
Oh, definitely, definitely. I am supposed to do it.